Hello, I'm Caroline and this is my lovely little border collie Nuala, and in case you're new here, I live in a little cottage by the sea on an island off the west coast of Scotland called Skye. I thought for this week's video I'd give you a little bit of an insight into what a morning in my life looks like. I've been a freelancer for about 4 going on 5 years now, and the one thing that I've always loved most about freelancing, and this is something that would maybe put some people off, but I just love how things are always changing, and throughout that almost 5 years of freelancing, my main source of income has always kind of changed. When I first moved to Skye, my main source of income was social media management. I'd done work for local companies on the island, and then off the back of that I began to get a lot of clients for photography work. That is what my degree is in, so I really enjoyed that phase of photography being my main source of income. But these days it's actually been my own social media accounts that I'm getting the most paid work through, and a lot of people with this kind of work will often talk about how they just fall into it, but if I'm so honest with you guys, I have worked towards and wanted this for a long time. So honestly, I'm just here living my dream. But if there's one thing I've learned about myself in my years of being a freelancer, it's that the evenings are where I'm really productive and ready to work. And with what I do involving a lot of editing, I'll often find myself sitting on the couch at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night and being so productive and ready to edit. But then I'd also realised that I'd also been trying to work from 8, 9 o'clock in the morning and hadn't really ever fully switched off from work. So after all these years, I've finally settled on the idea of just taking my mornings a little slower and then giving up some of my evenings to give time to this editing and work. So what I'm basically trying to say is my mornings look very relaxed. This breakfast I'm making looks a little bit crazy once the flax seeds and chia seeds go on it, but it's some baked oats with raspberry and pistachio with a bit of Greek yoghurt. I shall pop the recipe below. I've just heard Nuala jump down from my bed, so I'm just going to pop her outside. I maybe forgot to bring the washing in last night. Oops. After having my breakfast, I will do my best to journal. Honestly, I'd be lying if I would say I was really consistent with this, but I do try my best, and on days and I'm really not feeling like doing it, but I know it will benefit me, I just Google a good journaling prompt, and that's how I get myself back into the swing of it. I do usually make my bed as soon as I get up, but my dog had a little bit of a lie-in on the bed this morning, so I made that once she was up and ready, and then I got my coffee and headed down to the beach across from my house. I also took my book down there, and this is quite a consistent little ritual in my morning. I like to have my morning coffee and read my book, and if it's nice weather I will try do this outside, either on the beach here or in my back garden, and if it's not, I'll just find a little cosy corner in my house to do so. Hello, I am back from the beach. I read down there for about 45 minutes and it was just bliss, and Nuala loves a little nap sitting in front of my crossed legs in there, and it just feels like a really gorgeous way to start the day. I absolutely love it. So now I'm just getting myself ready. I'd usually maybe have a shower at this time, but I'm meeting my friend for a run later. I usually do either morning walk with Nuala or go a run. So today it is a run, so I'll have my hair wash shower when I get back. Just neatening myself up a little bit at the minute. Although we've got a bit of a situation around my eyes at the minute. Once again, been burned by tretinoin. I think I might just need to give up on it if I'm honest. I think it's just causing more harm than good right now, and I can't be living with this dryness around my eyes. So it's about 9 o'clock-ish just now, and usually I just get myself ready and then do about like an hour of email. Are you working? Mics weren't actually on there. I swear these things are so... Why are you flashing? Everyone who asked for mics, this is what you asked for. I think that's it. I honestly, God knows how these things actually work. I mash the buttons together until they do what I want them to do. What was I saying? But usually I'd get ready around 9, and then I'd do like the emails that I can't do, or like things that I really need to do that are just not appropriate to do at 8 o'clock at night when I'm on the sofa. And then I just have this better feeling of like when I have a more relaxed and chilled out morning, that I've not got like stuff really looming over me that really needs done, and it just helps my headspace a little bit with the day. But today I won't be doing that because at 10 o'clock, when I'd usually be doing that, we have an architect coming over. So essentially the long and short of it is that since we moved into this house, we've known we've needed a new roof. Can't even say, and I was looking at our mortgage the other day, it expires next year and it was a 5-year mortgage at the time. So that means we've almost been here 5 years, which I just kind of can't get my head around. And I feel like getting a new roof is one of those things that you can just put off and put off and put off, and it'll never feel right, like the right time, because it costs so much freaking money. The thing that's been putting us off a little bit with it is that we do want an extension out the back of the house as well, and everyone we've spoken to has said do the extension and then do the whole roof at the same time, and that makes like really perfect sense to me, so I'm super on board with doing that. But it just means it's going to be an even bigger job. We're just going to go absolute hell for leather with the Airbnb, the garage, and save every single penny from that, and just, yeah, be on a real saving grind. We saved all the money from it when we rented it out last year as well, so we've got a bit sitting ready to go. And then, yeah, maybe need to look into, I don't know, releasing equity or something to get a bit of extra cash, because the garage definitely won't cover it all. But I think when you just decide to do these things, that's when you just make them happen. So we're just going to make it happen. I think getting the drawings and plans is a good first step to take for that. Feels a bit silly to put on some blush when I'm going a run later, but oh well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what the architect has to say. Lee and I actually kind of sat down another day just to see where both of our minds were at with what we were visualizing for it. Both very different, so that's fun. But I think we're both very open to hearing what the architect has to say, and we're not precious over any particular idea. I mean, I say that, I'm probably pretty precious over what I have in mind, but we both have things that we both really want out of it, and I think we'll make both of those things happen. I'm just going to slick back my hair because I'm going to wash it later. So I always use this Aesop hair mask to do so. I'm not going to lie, it's super spenny. I bought it as a gift for someone, forgetting I'd already bought them a gift. So I just kept it. Oops. But I really, really like it. And it just feels like I'm doing some good for my hair as well as slicking it back. So kind of perfect running hairstyle and running hair mask. And when like I go in for a hug with people, when I've got this in my hair, they always say I smell really good, which is always a good thing because obviously you do a slick back when your hair is in need of a wash. So always nice to be told my hair smells nice when it's on about day 5 of not being washed. I just like teased my friends a very exciting thing that is happening in our lives soon, and I'll be able to tell you guys about it soon too, because it will be public knowledge. So I'll tell you when I can. I haven't even told them yet. I've just told them to keep a specific date free. So my phone's probably like buzzing and popping off a lot right now, if you can hear it. It's a little bit insane of me to be doing this when I haven't got my outfit on for the day yet, but I think because it's not gel, it's also super easy to restyle this once, like, say it got messy, I could just take the bauble out and then run the brush through it again and it would look good as new. This MEJ slick back brush is incredible. I ordered it from, I didn't think it was too expensive. Well, it's definitely more expensive than what you usually pay for a brush, but I kind of bit the bullet, and then I didn't realise, because I done Apple Pay, and just like, you know how Apple Pay happens really quick, I didn't notice the shipping fee. So I paid a very big shipping fee for it, so I probably spent way too much money on a brush, but honestly, now that I have it, no regrets, because it's really freaking good. Although I might need to switch from a scrunchie to a bauble, because I am going to have a cap on when I'm running, so that scrunchie might not fit through a little bit, but we'll see. What I'm thinking with the extension is, you know, where we have that like decking out the back that I sometimes sit on the little orange table and chair set, I'm thinking we'll like do a like kitchen dining room extension that kind of covers where that is. That's why it's kind of just still there and like super rotten and horrible, because I don't really plan on developing that part for the garden. I kind of have that area pinpointed in my head as like extension. I kind of visualise, I don't really visualise like doors going out into the garden from there. I kind of visualise just a little door at the back that goes down towards our woodshed or coal bunker, and just like maybe have the bins there and just keep the front like all glass looking out into the garden. But then where that back door, actually I'll take you outside into the garden and walk you through this. So essentially this porch would be incorporated into the extension, pretty much just build out from this wall out to like, I don't know, maybe out to where the trellis is, and then all the way across there, and then here comes Nula. Yeah, incorporate in where all of that is, and then this is where I'd visualise the little door would be. But then you'd have the door and steps going down to there, but then a little decking that would wrap around the side of the house. So we'd still have this little seating area, but it'd be up the side of the house and covered, so we could sit there when it's like rainy, and maybe, I don't know, put like a screen on for midges. But then because it's up the side, we'd then have the front all like exposed and looking out onto that. And part of me is really just like hell bent on the idea of having maybe like a little mezzanine or half story up there for an extra little sleeping space, because I just love having so many rooms to house people and make people feel at home. So that'll all be floated to him too, and maybe it'll be possible because this part of the house is actually a flat roof, so maybe if we build a new roof on this part there'd be enough space for a little second story here. I don't know. That's what you pay the architect's money for, to come up with these things, so I'll let you know what they say. The architect has been, and yeah, I pretty much just talked him through everything that I was talking you guys through, and he's going to go away and write a proposal and come back to me with what he's thinking. And he recommended some builders that he works with as well, which is a blessing because I know of those builders. Like, I know the guy that owns the company from a job I used to work, and just really great to know we'd kind of have builders sorted alongside using him as an architect. So that's great, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what his proposal says, and excited to see what happens from here. And he was a little quicker than I thought he'd be, so I've got a little half an hour before Emily arrives for us going on our run. So I'm just going to read my book. Usually at 11 o'clock every morning, that's when I either do a 10k step walk with Nula or go a run. Probably run like 2 or 3 times a week, and then the rest is just walking. My friend Emily really likes running, so I genuinely have been like working up my fitness because I wanted to go on runs with her. So it's really nice for that reason. So it's sociable and very good for me. So yeah, an extra little half an hour to squeeze in some reading, and I don't really have any emails or anything to catch up on either. I've actually got a really quiet 2 months. I have no work lined up, guys, but I had the most insane January, February, March. Like, I cannot tell you, like I feel like I just had no time. I feel like my YouTube videos probably reflected that, because I just didn't have the time to put into them because I was flat out with work and I was honestly barely home. And it's that like freelancer like balance, and it is a scary thing with freelancing, to go into quiet spells at work and not freak out about it. So I'm trying to just lean into it. I was doing my morning pages this morning and talking about that, and how I'm actually really grateful for this quiet time. Like, one of my gratitude things was that I was grateful for being quiet with work, and I think that just really has helped reframe my brain and yeah, not panic about it and just lean into it and recharge for when work comes in, and feel really creative and energized for it. So yeah, super. No emails to catch up on. We're quiet and we love it. Hello, I am back from my run, and we had cookies and tea in the garden afterwards, and it was so nice. And guys, that's the first time I've ever ran with a friend. I was too scared to do it before because I don't know, fearing someone's being more fit than you, or I don't know, just I had the fear that I'd only manage like a tiny amount and have to stop for some reason. But I managed to run 5k and hold a conversation the whole way, and I think it's now my favourite way to spend time with friends. I'm just kidding, it's probably my favourite way is probably to still go for brunch, but running might be a close second. But yeah, it was really nice, and Emily's just such a wonderful supportive friend, and I couldn't imagine a better person to like try running with a friend with first. So yeah, now I'm just in the hammock, clearly. This view is very stunning with the mountain. Also, these trees are starting to bud and bloom. I need to top up my bird feeder as well. She's getting a bit empty. So soon you probably won't get the mountain view as much, but this view is also one of my absolute favourites. Just the watting flapping in the wind looks so nice. I love it. It really, really relaxes me. But I'm just going to sit in here and edit my YouTube video for Sunday. Not this one. It's the one from last week. Why do that inside when I can do that in my hammock? And then I actually currently have some cookies cooling in the kitchen because I noticed in the Airbnb that there were cards sitting on the windowsill, so I think they must be celebrating something, so I thought I'd make a little something nice for them. So I've made some cookies and I'm going to drop them at the front step for the Airbnb, and also do a little card and maybe put a candle in there as well. So that's about me for the morning. We're a little bit past morning now. I'll probably just sit here and edit for about an hour maybe, and then have a little bite to eat for lunch. So thank you so much for spending the morning with me. I'll leave you with one last little shot of the beautiful view from my hammock, and then I'll see you guys in the next one.